Hello.
How did you get on here? Did you click the link or did you accept some invitation?
I clicked the link.
Oh,
Boner!
there's Mike.
Mike, you're here.
Oh my god, you're on video!
Hey.
I feel so technologically unadvanced.
I'm a mic.
I feel like waving back, but no one would see anything anyways. This is so trippy. It's good I don't have a camera because I'm naked right now anyways.
That's too bad you don't have a camera.
Can you guys hear me fine? I've never used this mic before, so...
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I just
Sounds okay to me.
had to snag my brother's phone. My brother's headset. I don't know what I'm thinking.
All right. Well, this is Super Effective Podcast, episode something.
Boom.
We'll probably just get it started.
How do we start these things?
Dude, like, it's recording. It's putting us on YouTube live on the air, and it's going to record it.
Or live.
We're live right now.
We're just guys. This is something that Critical Splits always wanted to do and never did, and we just kind of accidentally did it.
Yeah.
No, we purposely did it, but yeah, we did it before them, too. Good observation.
Abby is a guest star in here, so apparently.
Where's your camera?
I don't got a camera.
Oh. Good.
Ian's drinking beer. It's the Alaskan IPA.
It's not an IPA, it's an APA.
Oh, APA.
It's American.
Living's a hipster wearing off on you?
No, actually, I make him look like a little bitch every time we so.
We need to have him guest star on here.
Fearful of the Jesus beer, which we know we can talk about Jesus beer if we want.
What is Jesus beer? Oh, Jesus beer. That's right. Okay, I had this explained to me.
Jesus beer, there's technical definitions for it. The most practical one is just beer that makes you see Jesus.
That sounds like good beer. It also sounds like going to church.
Over about 7.5% alcohol volume.
No fair.
So,
I have no beer, so any beer is better than Jesus beer. I mean, any beer is better than no beer.
any beer is better than no beer? Actually, yes, that's true.
Yep.
This is 5.3%. It's like, I don't know, Buddha beer or something.
Yeah.
Not quite. You're not excited when you see them.
What's God beer then? Is that Everclear?
God, dude, that's like a 12%. You can't even taste that kind of thing.
So Jack, what have you been up to? I haven't talked to you in forever.
Pretty much same old, same old.
Same old, same old.
Nothing too funny or exciting. I don't have any good stories.
I don't. My story. It's been too long. Like basically going to Portland. All I can say about Portland is I went to Portland, I drank and peed on things, and now I'm back.
Awesome.
What have you been up to, Ian?
School,
School. Are you a tryhard?
mostly. No. Lately, it's been a combination of school and applying for jobs and playing guitar. I don't do things lately.
At least you have something to do. Have you been doing any engineering? We had one. I can't remember what it was now. We were drunk last time we talked about engineering.
I have at least one engineering smengineering.
Well, then go for it.
Oh, yeah, alright. Yeah, let's do engineering
spot.
smengineering. Right.
Yeah.
The other day ago, I'm driving home from Mike's Portland abode, and I decide to take the scenic route, the back way, 99, and I find out that the entire strip of road is governed by timed lights, not actuated lights.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
every time I was getting to the next light, it was just turning yellow just to where I had to stop at every single light for about 7 lights or so. So frustrating.
So
Oh,
what's your engineering, or is that just the birth of your idea?
well, it's like, dude, it's like the middle of the night, man. Like, they could let those fuckers flash yellow, and people could just drive on their merry way. No one would get in a wreck.
That's true. They could just leave them on yellow.
They ran those red lights, and like, I don't even think there was police out to stop me. They're probably pissed themselves.
It's true.
But
Uh,
yeah, I have a design class or whatever right now, and our teacher the first day like, what makes you mad about roads? And so he even said, and it was just like timed.
well, dude, I got so lucky because I drove out to Corvallis to go see Ian the other day, and so I came back from Portland and get my old car, and my dad had a couple months ago hit a trailer in his yard with the truck. So now this car's got this weird like bump in its tire when like wherever I drive, it's like starts vibrating. And I swear it was getting worse. I was like holding the steering wheel at like a 45-degree angle just to keep the car going straight. And went all the way to Corvallis, came back, no troubles. Like I was driving home the other day at like 3 a.m. Luckily, I didn't break down then. But I get my car today, and well, I was in my car yesterday driving home from my dad's, and I hear like a knock in the wheel well, and didn't think much of it. I have no idea what it was still, but I go to get my car today to go grab a headset to do this, and I get like 20 feet before I like something's wrong. I gotta pull over, and I look at my wheel, and it's like hella flat. So I'm thinking I must have like drove over a screw at my dad's place, whatnot. So I go get a new tire, take it off, and there was just a chunk, like a good like 2-inch by like 3-inch triangle just missing from my tire. Like I don't know what the fuck happened to my tire. I didn't hit anything. That's all I know. So I think I was literally just driving around on this tire that was like half bald, and there's just like chunks of like where there's no like nothing but just like tire on it. And apparently I made it to Corvallis and back without it exploding, but I can't make it through Little Town of Sublimity.
You're lucky it broke down there.
Dude, seriously. Well, I mean, like it could have been worse. Like the worst part about being in Corvallis was like when I was driving home, it was like 3 o'clock at night. Like there's no one I could have gotten a hold of. This was like during the middle of the day. I was literally 20 feet from home. So, but
Yeah.
Jesus, it's pretty crude. It's kind of scary. But now I switched my tire and my bump's gone, and all my tires are aired up. I'm pretty stoked. My problem fixed my other problems. I guess that's one step back and two forward, I guess. I can hold the steering wheel straight again. It's awesome.
Happy ending. Happy ending.
Right. So I was trying to get out of Corvallis though the other night without the help of GPS, which I knew I had it on my phone, but I just tried to do it without GPS, and I got pretty good. Well, I mean, I got to like Corvallis just fine, and I'm driving and I'm driving and I'm driving. And I realized this isn't the right way, so I pulled up my GPS, and I was going the exact opposite direction I was supposed to be going. So I think I was headed towards the coast, but
Nice.
but I realized it before I got to the coast, so that's that's the good part. Once I got to Albany, I was like, I know where I am again. There's the highway. I'm gonna stick to that.
Yeah. None of these signs are saying familiar towns at all.
Yeah, that should have been a warning sign. I just thought I was like, why won't they tell me the towns I'm looking for? It's because they're all behind me.
I remember sending you away and saying, just a couple of turns, do you need help? And you were insistent that you did not need help. You were going your own way.
Any amount of help would have just got confused. I would have just been like, you're like, okay, take a left here, and I'm like, all right, yeah, sure, it just goes in one ear and out the other.
It's like literally 2 rights and a left, and you would have been in Albany.
I got like 2 rights, and then I probably took a right. That makes sense, because there we
What
go.
happened? Never seen Corvallis. You should have never seen the city of Corvallis.
Exactly. See, that's where I took the wrong turn.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so that was pretty. Well, we left watching the Amish Mafia, which is such an interesting show. I hope no one watches that show out of like believability. But that being said, it is so funny to like. You don't laugh with it, you laugh at it. But that show, like, I want to go torrent it, but like, I mean, I could torrent some like weird. I could torrent like the weirdest porn you could ever think of. But as soon as I'm like torrenting the Amish like mafia, I get embarrassed. It's like this is too extra weird. This is embarrassing. I can't have my internet provider know I'm watching the Amish mafia.
Jack, have you seen that show?
No, what is it?
It's like, do you want to explain it, Mike, or should I?
I think you might know it better than I do.
Alright, so it's like, I think it's on like the Discovery Channel, stupid,
Hmm.
and it's about this like Amish clique of just kind of like, I don't know, they think they're like gangsters, but they're just like Amish people who have access to moonshine or something. Like, it's really bizarre. It's their like take on criminal activity, organized criminal activity is just totally just not of the gang, at all. And it's just, but they call it mafia, and they make it all super serious, and they've got like this boss guy who's always like just trying to dodge cops and stuff, because
Well,
he's selling his homebrew beer to.
right.
Like, oh my god, dude, what the fuck?
Well, like it's so ridiculous. Like, it's okay. The two storylines that we were following, it was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off. And what was one guy was having a bunch of people bring their microbrews and like swap them, and he was charging for ticket prices. So you're selling alcohol illegal, and one guy was like tattling on him to the cops, and it was supposed to be some big secret, like I can't let him know I'm tattling on the cops, and he's doing a terrible job at it regardless. But even if he was doing a good job, it's like all he has to do is turn on the Amish mafia, and he can watch the guy tattle on him. So it's like so redundant and not believable. But on the other one was there's this old legendary Amish dude named the Bear, and he's apparently some gigantic, like huge, muscly, like awesome, the most badass of Amish people that could possibly. He's basically Aaron Smith, but Amish, and he just can't be any more awesome. And so another Amish guy wants to basically become an Amish witch doctor, which is not evil, but a lot of Amish people use it for evil. So it's like banned to be an Amish witch doctor now. So he's got to go like secretly find out. He's got to go find this bear guy because apparently the bear knows something about being an Amish witch doctor. And he's walking around town asking people like, do you know, like he goes to some foreign town which is probably just like a state away, and he's asking people if they know where the bear. Like they'll be talking to him. He's like, "Do you know where the bear is?" And they'll just walk away. Like they'll not even say another word. They'll just walk away. Like it is the guy who like you cannot mention his name. And
It's
so
Voldemort.
exactly, he's the Voldemort of the Amish people. So then he says something like, "You just gotta like the Amish. They're prideful people, and like they don't just let their secrets out to anyone. You have to finagle them a little bit. Like everyone's got like a little secret passcode." So he walks up to some random Amish guy's like door, knocks on it, and he's just like, "Hey, so I noticed your corn out there. You got some very nice, some sweet looking ripe corn out there." And apparently that was the secret passcode. And they let him in, and they talk. He like the bear is just in that happens to be in that building, and he talks to him. And yeah, I left off on a cliffhanger. I don't know if he's gonna become a witch doctor or not, but yeah, he's totally gonna become a witch doctor.
I felt like we watched more episodes than that. Like, I felt like there had been so much going on because they kept doing these flashbacks where, like, this midget dude was, like, crashing RVs into a lake or something to get
Right.
revenge on someone who destroyed his goat farm.
Yeah. There was oh yeah, the midget's a badass, and he walked into some arcade with two little Amish children, and he's like, "Get out of here, kids!" And he scared the Amish because they're not allowed to play video games, and even though they're pinball, but regardless, and he told he's like, I told you not to let these kids in here. He goes, they're kids, they can be here and playing these games if they want. And so the midget guy gets all pissed off, and he goes back out to his truck, grabs a sledgehammer, and destroys the guy's little arcade. And that was that. That midget guy showed him what's what.
I will. I will have. I'm sorry, Jack, but I will hear that the owner of the arcade was very American about it, and said that these Amish kids should have parents who stop them from coming in and just all hoodlums just need to be governed by their own family.
Yep. So, like, it was honestly just like,
Sorry,
it's not my
I
job
was
to like.
closing the window. I'm sorry about that, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The show was just so bad, but so. I've never seen a show that bad before that I actually like. I need to like find out what happens next. Like,
Kind of felt bad though because honestly, these Amish people are so naive. They actually believe what they're doing. It seems like to me, like they actually believe that they're like some outer space kind of people. I mean, there are way more nuts people in Hollywood and stuff. Like these
Yeah.
guys are just kind of weird and don't know anything about technology. But
it was interesting. I don't really take a lot away from the show. Like, I don't think so many Amish people are like that. I mean, like, I know how they live, but like this Amish witch doctor stuff, like, I doubt that's real.
maybe
Yeah,
not that. But go ahead, Jack.
I thought Amish people were supposed to be like the nicest people ever and like super religious and stuff.
Mm.
Don't you think the ness would still that was the believable part to me was that these people were like naive enough to think that this was some kind of reality they were in, when just some stage show.
I don't know.
Maybe not
Yeah.
all the main characters, but a lot of the people there seemed to genuinely believe what was going on, and it seemed like that was probably just because they hadn't already seen reality TV shows.
It is true. Like, people don't like. For my cousin's birthday party, my buddy Courtney, she was wanting to drink. So my cousin's a Mormon at the time, and we're around a bunch of Mormon kids, and so we sneak her a bottle of like I can't remember, it was like vodka and Dr Pepper. So I don't remember what it was. It was she had alcohol, and it was hidden in another bottle, and so she gets she gets kind of drunk. We go to the bar, and she gets I mean, we go to the bowling alley, and she gets wasted around all these Mormon kids. And so they see this person. Okay, from their point of view, they met this chick, completely normal. We go to the bowling alley. She gets kind of weird. We like leave the bowling alley, and she's just fucking retarded. They have no idea what's going on. So I get her in the car. She puts her seatbelt on or whatever, and like we're about ready to go. She rolls over like out of her door to like kind of like puke or something like that. And I'm thinking like she gets stuck with her seatbelt. So I'm like, all right. So I hit the seatbelt button. In your face is so distracting. She hits the seatbelt button.
Watching. I didn't know if anybody was watching my face.
Totally. So anyway, they hit the seatbelt button, and the seatbelt just like flies off like a whip. She falls out of the car, hits her face on the ground. I can hear her face like hit the ground. And I'm sitting there like in the like driver's seat with my jaw on the floor, like, oh my god, like I just made Courtney like face plant on the ground. I'm sitting there for a couple seconds and I realized like, oh, I should probably go help her. So I run around. And I help her back into the car seat or whatever, or she gets up, it's like her glasses on her head, and she's crying like, "Where's my glasses?" And this Mormon guy is just standing there next to me, just like completely perplexed. And I go, Courtney, they're on your head, get her back in the car, or whatever. And he's still standing there, just so confused. And he's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Oh, she just had a little too much to drink." And then like I saw it like go into it, like you could see the words go into his head. A second goes by, and his facial expression changes. Like you just know he's like, oh, she's drunk. Like that's the same thing. Like they've never seen someone drunk before, so they're just like, why did this girl go from normal to like kind of mentally off? And it was just so awesome. They had
It's
never
like on the
seen a drunk person.
MTV.
Exactly.
I had a similar moment earlier. Jack, do you remember that just a minute ago?
About somebody getting drunk.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Made a
Talking
classic
to Laven.
Yeah, Laven was saying some weird stuff. Wasn't sure what was going on exactly.
Having
So
some comprehension problems.
I basically, yeah, just said he was probably just baked, and nope. I
Probably.
pressed him. I tried to be like, "Hey, man, are you smoking? weed? What's going on?" No, but I've had a few beers.
Oh.
Oh, he's drunk. I forgot people get drunk too. Like that's right.
I've never been drunk dialed by Laven. But yeah,
Maybe you have been talking to him a little bit earlier.
uh, but yeah, so I told you see about maybe like those people who've never seen it. Like, okay, it's possible. I know Mormon people had never seen a drunk person before. That it was just so weird to me. Like, you don't know what a drunk. I've known what a drunk person is since as long as I can remember, like remembering things. Like
Right.
Yeah.
so. I don't know. That was kind of funny. But that show is a must watch. I'm gonna have to finish. I have to. Uh,
I'm
but
not gonna have to.
it's like I don't want to. Like, it's such trash TV. Like, I don't like sitting down anymore unless if I actually like learn something. Like, I better myself from it. But or if it's just at least a damn good storyline, you know.
Exactly.
But like Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, or something. But
Yeah.
this is the opposite spectrum. It's so bad I want to finish it. I can't. Uh,
See
I think
how
I'll
far
find
you
it.
get before you change your mind. Like
Yeah.
you might really want to now, but after a few episodes, you'll be like, no, I can't take it.
I think I'm just gonna keep putting it off until I stop caring. Because I'm really
Yeah.
lazy, so putting off things is really like it's my strong point.
Way to utilize your strengths.
Exactly. uh, but yeah, so it's nice being back in town now. I live like a block away from a bar that sells beer for $1 on Wednesdays. I need to get into that shit.
Join you for $1 Wednesday or two.
For sure. I was surprised though. I broke down in a town full of rednecks, and I like didn't have one guy offer to help me. Luckily, because I didn't really want to talk to anyone, but one guy helped me though, and I was like putting the last like nut on. And he's sitting there like trying to tell me like how to screw like he's like tell me how to like properly screw the tire on. I'm like, dude,
Don't patronize me, you fucker.
right? Like I like took it off. I jacked it up, took it off. I took it off, jacked it up, whatever. Put a new one on. Like if I've gotten like this far, don't you think I know how to do like to put a screw on? Like come on.
Yeah.
This is like not that putting a tire on is complicated whatsoever, but you're explaining the least complicated part of a not complicated problem. Good for you, sir. Good for you. Uh,
Righty tighty, I always say. Sometimes I get confused with my left and my right, and then I just picture a clock in my mind.
You know, some people like to only put 3 of the 5 on, and then those 3 like they leave to like to leave them a little loose in case they have to take it off later. I like to put all 5 on as hard as I can, though. That's just my idea.
Yeah.
Uh, I was
You'd
actually
think
kind
that
of
there'd be like a tow truck or some hick like with some kind of weird hydraulic lift
I was
on it, like tailgate or something. You'd be like,
seriously.
hey, I could
His
lift your
winch.
truck up and we could just put it on with my air compressor
Right.
drill. We could just do
The
it
worst,
in a zip, zip, zip. Was that 5 or 4 zips? I don't know. Right?
the worst part was like I was sitting on like a fully paved road, kind of like in a parking spot, and I took off like 20 feet, and I had to pull over. Like when I like realized something's wrong and pulled over, I pulled over on a park in a no parking zone. But like I mean, I didn't really have an option. Like my wheel was well, I didn't know it was that bad, or I would have just kept going a little bit. But it was like so now I have to change a tire. So now I'm sitting in like grass, like trying to change a tire on top of grass, and it's on like this weird like bump of a hill. It's like in a no parking zone. Like 20 feet ago, I was sitting on pavement. It was a parking spot. I didn't have to worry about now I had to like put a little note on my windshield when I wanted to go get another tire. So like in case if the cop tried to put like a ticket on my windshield, he'd see that like, okay, tire out. He's gonna go get a tire right now. But I was a little paranoid.
feel like I
Yeah.
have a blog from a automotive shop too.
Yeah, it's true. Like, yeah, it was just the perfect spot to almost break down. But it was almost the perfect spot to break down, and I moved away from it.
You got
But
a good tire on there now?
no, no, no. So I've had to change tires on that car 3 times because my dad keeps getting me tires from his meth head buddy, who I'm pretty sure just steals them off somewhere. But they're all ancient, and they're like the rubber's so old and hard it's all cracked and stuff. It's just a terrible mess of constantly replacing tires. And here I go again. So, but at least it'll be good for like another like 3 to 6 months until it breaks again. I'll have to go get some more meth head tires. But hey, free tires, can't complain. Yeah. The meth head guy too. He's the one that talks like Boomhauer. He's so hard to understand. He's like, dang old, like I got some tires and you want to put my tire on, I'll help you put a tire on, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like, uh yes, Dave? I think I know what you said. Hmm.
That's what you always do. Never ask them to repeat it. Just say yes and
Exactly.
laugh and nod.
I always wonder like what goes through their mind, because I do that to him all the time. And he's gotta be thinking like he's like so methed out and crazy, like he doesn't care either way, but like is he too methed out to even notice that I just like said yes to something that doesn't make sense at all with? Or is he just like like what the fuck? Like that wasn't a question. Oh, I don't even care. Like what does he think? I have no idea. He's probably just like too worried about his next hit. But either way,
He's like, kids these days, they're not as smart as me.
like this guy must be on meth. Yeah. No, it has lots of interesting friends, so at least I benefit off this one. Are you eating, Ian? Are you eating on a podcast? We should call this Popcorn Podcast.
Sure you smoke pepperoni sticks.
I want pepperoni sticks.
Dudes, we have two main topics tonight.
What's
Yeah,
that?
what are our topics?
One is the conclusion of the Emerald
Oh,
Devil
That's right. I hope it's not the conclusion.
Devil contact with him again.
Like we keep tapping into it. I don't think we'll ever finish tap because as soon as it's dead and gone, is right when it like becomes something to do again. Like as soon as he thinks he's safe from our barrage of trolls, it's the perfect time to troll again.
Not
And I
even
think right now is the perfect time to troll again. So I'm gonna have to do some photoshopping.
just tearing him a new one. Just being like, "Hello, Aaron, how are you today?" And he's just like, "Do you want the truth or do you want the Aaron answer?"
I don't know but Ian sent me some pictures to Photoshop, and it just like dawned on me that I don't know why, but like the way I was looking at it, it like hit me at once. Like I need to. I don't know what the meme for that. Oh, it's something like Brian, Bad Luck Brian meme, and it's got this little ginger kid who's always smiling, and it's always like something good happens, and it still like turns out to not be perfect. So I'm like, I have to take Aaron's head, and the kid's a ginger too, so I have to take Aaron's head and Photoshop it onto that and make Bad Luck Aaron memes and just do awesome things like go to a fancy 4-year college and copy musical notes onto paper, like something like stuff like that.
Or make a new one called like Asshole Aaron or something.
Dude, we could make a whole new one. We probably could.
There's a perfect picture for it. Perfect picture. I don't know if he pictures on his old profile, but there's one of him cocking a gun in front of like two glitter boxes inside of the
I haven't seen it before.
epic.
Does he have sunglasses?
I think he does have sunglasses on.
Uh,
Glasses are at least tinted enough to look like them.
I wear sunglasses at night, not because for any reason, just because I have to. I don't have the choice. Um, Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have like a heyday with it. I just need to like make another Facebook account because I think his account is it open to like most people like publicly?
I do think that.
I'm
Yeah.
not blocked. I'm not his friend, but I'm not blocked.
Okay, because I was gonna say like because I can't see anything because I'm blocked, but I'll just make another account and go like hop on there and see what he's got on there and just pull some photos off and make some awesome photoshops.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe we shouldn't have the Emerald Devil Tales. Let's have a nice little recap of what's happened so far. Like since the last time we've updated people, like we sent some good emails to that fucker.
Okay, so how did that start really?
Yeah.
I specifically emailed him asking him if he wanted to start a podcast with me
That's right. That's
and ask him about his life and stuff and if he's doing good.
That's right. Okay, that was genius. Uh,
And he freaked out. He took the offensive and he was like, "I would never start a podcast with you, Ian. You single-handedly took critical into the dumpster or something."
which surprises the hell out of me because he's so passive aggressive even online. I thought he wouldn't go that route. I thought he'd be like, I'm a little too busy or something, but no, instead he actually went on the offensive for once. And not that it was much, but for Aaron, it was quite a big step.
That's true.
He's probably ready to take it out on somebody.
At least through email.
Yeah,
So-
he was probably so frustrated the fact that he lost Kyle to Cyber, who lost himself to Cyber. That.
So he emailed you that, and I think he blocked you. So you had to. Did you email him again from another account? Is what it was.
Yeah.
And what was that one about? I don't remember again. I'm so rusty on this.
I just basically broke it down. I'm just like, it's a joke for you to think that I was the problem in your podcast.
Right.
Like, everything else was going on the way it was. Like, you are a pathetic person, a small human being, a terrible leader. Good luck with your life, sir. Hope to see you again. Bye.
Exactly. So he didn't respond to that one, right?
No, well, he did. He said, Ian, if I ever did anything to you to make you think that I'm a bad person, I'm sorry. When you read this message, you will be blocked. Like, within 5 seconds, this message will self-destruct.
Exactly. So completely unprompted. Well, as far as he knows, like I shoot him. Like I know I only got like exact same thing's gonna happen to me. I have one email I can send him, and then it's gonna be blocked. I have to send from it. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get this all out in one email. I would read the email because it's hilarious, but well, I mean, it's all serious and really really mean, but it's all like true and from my point of view, hilarious. But it is
I think our
way too long.
I think our regular listeners might appreciate it. Like, Amsbury would definitely like that.
I will maybe I'll post it in like comments or I'll figure out a way to like link it.
All right.
It's a fucking read. It's a long, but it hits so hard and it hits like all like everything you could want to say to Aaron. It hits him right on the head, and so I loved it. It was so fun to write it, but it was weird because I was definitely in troll mode, and I'm not really angry like because I could care less about that podcast, but it's like the anger that he truly like his ego needs to be set. Like I'm angry that he could possibly believe that that he wasn't the problem to himself in the podcast. So like I was like a weird kind of angry where I wasn't like just so angry like I had to retype an email, but just with the mixed with the troll, it was just amazing. So it was a fucking book though. I just couldn't stop writing. It was too good. So I'll have to post that somewhere or I'd read it now for once so long. But yeah, so I just sent him that thing. So he's probably just sitting like it's been months since we've trolled him. So out of the blue, Ian asks him to podcast. He shoots Ian down, and then gets this huge ass email from me. Now, was it just me and you? I thought was there a third email from someone else?
I sent something to Kyle and got him involved a tiny bit.
I was thinking if Laven sent him anything, but I think he was just reading our emails is what it was.
Well, what ended up happening was the same day that I emailed Aaron, Aaron not only blocked me, but deleted Laven from his friends list.
That's hilarious.
Like, he
Yeah.
went through and he was like, okay, well, Laven was my Facebook friend, but he's obviously, like, somehow working with Ian, so I'm just gonna go ahead and demote him, not my friend, but still view my profile.
I'm
And
actually surprised he's smart enough to do that.
my friend profile to totally block can't be my profile. It's like
No.
it's like you've got this tiny control over something, or I don't know what it is exactly, but man, it's bizarre as fuck.
How close to that was the time where Laven took pictures of Aaron at school?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
2 or 3 weeks after that, I started hitting Aaron up, and yeah,
I forgot about that. Yeah, so Laban was. Well, you were there for that one, weren't you?
me.
I don't think anyone was there, but he told us about it. How
Okay.
he was filming something, and then because Aaron's all about the band now, he plays the
Right.
trombone, and I can't remember if it was just one time or multiple times, but at some point, Laven took pictures of Aaron and then texted them to him and said, "Hi, I see you." And then Aaron like flipped out and told Laven, like Laven's boss or whoever's in charge of the video club, tried to
Yeah.
get him in trouble.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. He just gets. You don't have to do much, and he gets so pissed off at himself. I mean, well, he gets so pissed off at life. I mean, himself. Sorry, sidetracked. But I'm interested to see where this goes. I think he's kind of like oddly a private person. So I think if we make internet, like we make memes, even the fact that like no one sees them besides like a handful of people, it'll just enrage him to no end that his picture is being publicly displayed on the internet.
Oh yeah.
He'll hate it. So this will be awesome, especially if I have like a negative connotation of like some meme on it. So
Yeah. In his mind, like everyone on the internet will have that picture, and
Exactly.
he'll call the police department trying to think of a way to like get you in jail.
hmm it'll be great, and I can't wait to toy with him. Like, come at me, bro.
I admire that, Mike.
He's just he should just stop reacting. If he's like the old saying like you're like my little brother keeps poking me, or my older brother keeps poking me, like just ignore him and like don't say anything and they'll go away. Like if we didn't get such a rise out of him, it would be boring, but he just feeds us. uh, so what is the other main topic tonight?
I think maybe Jack can maybe even go ahead and start to tell the Wild Wild West Willis.
How much do you want to say about that?
Well, I don't know.
Because you know what, I wasn't there. Like he's your friend, honestly.
That's true. You guys
Because
are
like,
mortal enemies, aren't you?
well, no, we were sitting there because I'm friends with Laven, so I go over to Laven's house, and I thought I was friends with Willis because you know we would hang out, but apparently the three of us were sitting there one time, and he just invited Ian over without telling us because I guess he doesn't know that Ian's friends with us, but to Willis, Ian is just his friend.
Oh really?
Yeah, so Ian just like walks in the door and we're like, "Hey, like that's awesome you're here. Like why didn't you tell us you're coming?" And he's like, "Dude, Willis invited me. Like why didn't he tell you?"
That's
And
so
Willis is
weird.
just like, "Oh, I just wanted us two to hang out, you know."
Was it
Weird.
I was actually going through like organizing years and years of just unorganized files on my computer today, and anytime I do a good troll, I usually screenshot it on Facebook or something, and I found wasn't directed at Willis at all, but I've trolled him on Facebook before, not even before, way long before you guys even knew him, just when Laban knew him, but there was. So this one wasn't directed at him. It was at some anime club that I can't remember what. Oh, Laven
Oh,
wanted the bento box. He's like, I want a pink bento, or he like something about a bento box, and he
yeah.
mentioned it being he mentioned it being pink, and some chick went like crazy about it, saying
Yeah.
how it was like uh how it was sexist to call it pink, like sexist to call pink a woman's color and all this. So
It's like against transgenders or something.
exactly. So I just like tore into her, and he actually popped up in that comment. He said something that like he was in that string of comments, and I never even knew he was involved with that. But yeah, I totally tore him I think somewhere in the crossfire there, he got a little bit of my attention. So.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, because I have that saved too. Because Laven met him in the anime club, and when Laven first met him, he would just tell me about how he's just this weird guy. And I was like, all
Oh.
right, you know,
So that's
like,
how Laven met him.
yeah, he met him in this anime club, and he's like, yeah, there's this really weird guy who sits in front of me, and he's just too wild. And I'm like, all right, like, leave him alone. He, probably has some problems, and
Yeah.
he might stab you or something. I don't know. And then, like, the next thing I know, he's like, yeah, so we're moving in together. And I'm like, okay.
Uh, I had no idea that, like, I want to meet this guy, but I would feel like kind of like a dick if I only want to meet him to troll him, and it'd just be so mean that I can't do it, but I just want to troll the fuck out of him in person.
There's a saying, bears and poking them.
What's that?
When I'm talking about bears,
I can't hear. You're kind of staticky.
can you hear me, Jack?
No, man. I don't know what you're doing, but cut it out. Are you moving the mic or something?
No.
Oh, it's good now. It's good.
I think my internet just kicked back in.
You're peachy.
Alright.
So what were you saying? Something about the bear?
You don't want to poke it.
I do though.
But this isn't a bear. This is a fucking extinct bear that's like way bigger than any bear you've ever seen. It's weird. I don't know how it made it.
Just use your laptop microphone, I guess, because that one's gone.
I can kind of hear you.
What the fuck happened to my nice mic?
I don't know. It just sounded like it was exploding.
Does it sound like
Sound like you could have been reporting the like from a hurricane, like live from Hurricane Ian. It's windy.
that right
Oh, you sound. Nope, nope, it's bad again.
now? That again. Alright, we'll do this with my laptop mic and we'll see what happens.
Alrighty.
I had my Laptec AM22 here. To go.
Are you using the little the mini laptop?
Look,
Yeah, that actually works pretty. That's what I usually Skype from. I used to be like working on my one computer, and I'd have my laptop just for Skyping.
that is good, yes. Indeed. I shall do the same someday. I have a computer to run alongside this.
Right. So, yeah, I don't know. I just absolutely. He's so fun to poke on Facebook. How could he not be fun to poke in real life?
Well, did Ian tell you about what happened in real life with him?
What's the most recent?
The most, Ian, do you want to, because I wasn't there, so do you want to tell, or should we say what happened?
I think Mike actually knows. Like, Willis kind of had a little bit of a breakdown and was all pissed because Laven was moving.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I know about this a little bit, which is crazy, but
Exactly.
see, like now it's kind of like he's like a nicer Aaron, where it's like they bring most of the like problems on themselves, but he's not arrogant about it. Like he doesn't think he's perfect. So like we're Aaron. It's like I want to prove to you how terrible you are. And with this guy, it's like, well, I guess I don't really have to show you because you already kind of know.
Yeah.
Aaron just has the ego to keep it going. But
Aaron at least poses the ego. Like, Willis sometimes tries to do it, but not as bad as Aaron. Like, Aaron's always got his macho.
he can't turn it off. I don't know. I'm just having too much fun with Aaron, anyways. I'll let him have a break, I guess.
Yeah, we can talk to Kyle every once in a while, too. I mean, he's pretty dumb.
Is he still trying to be a pro gamer?
That's what we need to find out most of all.
I never got
Right
to.
now, I'm be a college graduate.
It's true. I don't know. I haven't really talked to. Well, I was gonna say to anyone from that group, but I haven't really talked to anyone at all lately. But especially not Kyle or Aaron. But I don't know. Maybe I'll find a little bit of something out. I guess Pat's doing something this weekend, so maybe maybe I'll see what everyone's up to.
What's he doing?
I don't know. I just got like one text. Pat's like weird. He texts like once a day, and he can't text again until the next day. It's like some weird code.
Dude,
Man, he
Jack,
never tells me about his things.
I'm not sure.
What, Ian?
if you interview the guy, you text him that night, he texts you back, he texts you.
What?
He didn't text you.
Oh, he doesn't. No, he didn't text me back.
What are your thoughts?
It's normal Pat.
Does this person like other people? Does he like to be with them, talk to them?
Pretty
Them
sure.
even-
I know Pat's a mysterious man.
He likes to party pretty hard. I've seen him.
that-
He'll play Risk until the crack of 8 p.m.
That's exactly it. That's precisely it. Yeah.
He
Well-
I'm surprised he can put a few beers away though. He gets pretty silly sometimes. He's so out of character when he drinks. It's pretty funny to see him.
I'd love to see it.
Wow.
I was late going to a now ex's girlfriend's house, and I was trying to get us to go, and we're at the Oregon Gardens, I believe, and he was running around like through this garden, or like this garden area, and I'm like, well, let's turn around and go this way, guys, and Pat just like throws his hands up in the air and just books it down this path, the exact opposite direction I was wanting us to go, and it was so funny because he is a very mature, monotoned, mannered, logical man, and to see him act like a 3-year-old, it was. I'm not complaining. Like we all get ridiculous when we're drinking, but it was just his was so out of character. It was so crazy to watch him just like, it was like a little kid. It was awesome to see. Except for I was frustrated because I was late.
But Mike, looking back, what was more frustrating? The relationship with the woman or the dealing with Pat on the way to the red?
Oh, definitely that woman. And not only that, but like I should just like accept I was gonna like be late that night and not show up, but oh well. And I would just enjoyed the drunk Pat, but I did get Pat back that night though. He sobered up while we're at the restaurant, and I have this. I got a pie to go, and I like to like take things like it's not about stealing. It's just like about like obtaining like I took a cup before from like Rogue. I took a cup from the Shoots Brewery. I have I think a spoon from Denny's. So we're at this diner, so I'm like, I just need to take this fork, and he's like, Mike, that's stealing. I'm like, it's not stealing, it's just me taking it. Like, shut up. So he's just like, I'm gonna tell the waitress you're taking the fork. I go, Pat, I'm gonna stick a fork in my pocket, and you're gonna tell her I stole it. Like, what is she gonna? Is she gonna pat me down, or is she just gonna be like, I could fucking care less. This is a minimum wage job. So he never said anything to her. We just like left. I left with a fork that I stole from some diner, and he was so mad about it.
Yeah, that's like one of the main things he associates with you is his stealing stuff from places.
Right? He's like he almost acts like I don't know if I can have Mike over. He might start stealing stuff from my house. Like, Pat, it's not like I'm like going around stealing things from like people's house. It's like I took a 50-cent spoon from a diner one time. I took a fork one time. Like, Pat, that's just what you do. Like, eventually I'd love to have a full cabinet full of stolen glasses. Not because I got like a bunch of glasses for like free, but because like that would be like like set of silver dishes, with a nice story to it. But no,
Yeah. You're not stealing from a person. You're just stealing from a restaurant or a hotel or,
right.
you know.
That's the way to say it. Like I'm not stealing, I'm making a story, and I don't know. So he acts like it's like I'm a personal risk at this point. Like, come on. Oh well. I'll still keep doing it. I think last time he took me somewhere, I actually had to say something like, "And I promise not to take anything" or something like that. He won't even take me like him and Laven, and I think his cousin Kenny or what. This is probably like couple conventions ago now, but they they wanted me to go to KomoriCon, and I'm like, well, I can't buy a ticket, but I'll just snag I'll just use my pass from last year, and I'll just walk around with last year's pass. No one's gonna look, like no one ever. It's like as long as you're wearing a badge, they could care less. So I'm just like, I'll just wear last year's badge. No one's gonna think twice about it. And they're like, no, that's a bad idea. Like, what if you get caught? I'm like, exactly. Like, what if I get caught? They're like, that would be really bad. I'm like,
Then you lose nothing.
right, right. Like, if I get caught, they kick me out of a hotel that would already not be like big deal. So I was just gonna do it. Like, I'm like, why not? Like, there's no risk. It's not like you're gonna get the cops called on you for like at worst, so like you're trespassing, get off our property. So KomoriCon comes and goes. They never tell me what day it was exactly or whatever. And nope, they just bail on me. They didn't want me stealing a free pass. So I was like, right? They just didn't even tell me about when KomoriCon was. They're like, no, I can tell you.
That's crap.
I thought it would have been fun to like sneak in.
Oh, that's such crap.
Right. Ugh. Oh well.
Can't trust Pat.
That was a story I wasn't expecting. I was expecting them to be like, Mike, KomoriCon's in like 2 weeks. Have you gotten your badge yet? Oh, you haven't? Okay, well, we'll be at your house at like 1 on that day, maybe, okay? And then, like, Anthony, like, totally didn't even tell you. Fuck.
Yeah.
They associate with an old badge wearer.
Exactly. Drunk Pat would have been down.
Leading the old bench parade.
You just need to get Pat really drunk and just film him
That would be amazing.
and show it to sober Pat.
We'd probably have to film him under some circumstance where he didn't realize he was being filmed, though.
I don't know. Maybe. But
I
sober
see
Pat
Pat
would like.
sobered up real quick.
What's that?
You ask me something.
Do I have? I don't know. I'm totally pulling a yes.
Hey, I said something about that.
I can't hear you.
Hey, guess what?
What?
I said something about that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I said?
I heard you said something about Pat.
You know what I said about him?
No, I don't know what you said about him.
Do you want to know?
I want to, but I don't know if I'll be able to hear it.
Can you hear it now?
Yeah.
That could probably sober up real quick if you wanted to.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just think he would like get this like moral situation where he's like, no. My brain just kicks into like auto anti-beer mode.
I kind of
Probably.
want to do it just to see what I want to just to see what sober Pat would do, because I know sober Pat would would take whatever video you had and he just like, well, that was funny, break it over his knee, like, too bad no one ever gets to see it again. I'd be like, I have copies, and then he the next day you'd be like, go over to like, Mike, what'd you do to Pat? Like, I was at his house yesterday, and he was on this Google Roots thing where it goes through everyone in the world's computer and deletes videos, everything named Drunk Pat, and he's pulling his hair out, trying to make sure that this is deleted off every computer ever. He would find some technological way to make sure that no one would ever see Drunk Pat ever again.
No, he wouldn't.
He would try.
You can try.
I don't think Google
Try, but
Google Weeds really works, but
I'll pay someone to defeat Pat if it comes down to it.
Mhm.
The world will know a drunk Pat more than they'll know a sober Pat. That's for sure.
It's true.
Because sober Pat doesn't talk to other humans.
Uh, but I don't know. Have to do it sometime and find out.
Yeah, dog. How long do you think this episode should be? Should we do a mega episode or should we do a 1 hour?
I'm game for either. This is really easy, so we can podcast. We can start making podcasts whenever we want again.
Yeah, man.
I just need to get a headset that I don't have to steal from my brother, but that's like $10 at Walmart. So.
I apparently need to buy a new Labtech AM22.
That's true.
Is the cord built into that, or do you have plug a cable into it?
Plugged in.
I don't know what's up with it. That's true. Maybe we should make it a short one just so you can have you can get a better mic and we can understand you. It was working good at first.
I put it against my beard. Do you think my beard destroyed it somehow?
Yeah.
Your beard poked the fuck out of it.
I was touching it with my beard. Did you guys notice me listening to it though?
Yeah.
Your beard made of iron filings.
That's
Did you
what it
notice
was.
I was listening to it a few times?
Yeah, that's when it started doing like weird ruffling noises. I thought you were just hitting your head, and then it never stopped
No.
making ruffling noises.
Noises came out of it. It was acting like a microphone or a speaker or something. I don't know what was going on. Some kind of malfunction.
Well, from being a poor nerd, I found out that you can, for a shitty microphone, you can plug a speaker into the microphone slot and just kind of like yell into the speaker, and it'll like be a really crude microphone. But so maybe it could be vice versa.
I'm not doubting it.
Engineering's engineering, man.
Speak, so I don't know. I'm talking into this mic. It's not even plugged in.
I just kind of thought about it. I'm like, did he switch back to the other mic? Because it's not being all bad. But oh, nope.
I've been that for like 2 hours, so you know what? I'm just gonna buy more Labtech 22s, and if they go out like paper towels, they fucking go out like paper towels.
Just
We
buy
go-
them in bulk from China.
We go from like $100, like $50 microphones to like one end to borrow from my little brother. Ian's is like doesn't like beards. Jack, yours is fine. What the heck?
I have the slowest internet though, so I don't know if like it's actually getting quality to you or if it sounds like a robot or something.
No, dude, you sound like you're like right, like standing next to me.
That's great.
Ian's just sitting here raging.
I'm raging.
Just
Yeah, he's so
now that
pissed off.
Laven bought a new mixer, just take his inbox again.
I'm thinking I might, except for it beeps every like 15 seconds on my computer.
Why? Oh, I remember you told me that, yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it didn't do it on the first like couple recordings, and then all of a sudden it just started doing it too. Don't know what the fuck's up with technology these days. Fucking itself over and over again.
I don't know, man.
Dude, I sold a mixer, Mike.
Was it the one you were trying to sell that you were talking about selling the other day?
I think actually, yeah, it's the same one.
Booyah! That was fast.
Yeah, dog. That's why I'm technology lesson. I was using this Labtech AM22.
It started off so good though. I don't know what's up with it.
Maybe try plugging it back in, because we talked for like an hour or two before you got home, Mike, and it was doing pretty good.
Maybe he just hates me.
I plugged it in.
Hey, there you go. It's not exploding now.
Yeah, it's working.
Is it still good right now?
Yeah. It's not all beardy.
Maybe I was touching it with my beard.
Maybe.
Do you want to tell me if this sends kind of a story down through it?
Nope. It's fine.
Wait for the latency.
It's getting hairy, man. The situation's getting hairy.
Did you hear any of that?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, well, we heard a little bit of ruffling, but that was it.
Bullshit. I've been using this LabTech AM22 this whole time.
Well, for most of the
Sponsored by LabTech AM22.
I want to like put some really cheesy quote in there, like if you like lab tech, or if you like being heard, use lab tech. But I can't think of anything like trollish to say.
This episode of Super Effective is brought to you by LabTech microphones.
If you don't have a
LabTech
beard,
microphones. Yeah. Not for the bearded. LabTech microphones. For when you just don't have any other microphones.
there you go. Lab tech microphones for when you only need to talk in 45-minute sprees.
LabTech microphones. Lo-fi is in.
I got it. Lab tech microphones. Engineering. Smengineering.
Yeah.
This is high quality stuff, I'll tell you what.
Oh, did you tell Mike about Powers Jefferson?
Oh, Mike, have I told you about Powers Jefferson?
Totally not.
I never said a word about Powers Jefferson, the Australian blogger.
No.
Well, it's me.
Who'd have thunk?
I go around and I interview local bands and figure out what makes them tick.
Oh my god. So have you done it yet?
I'm still working on the accent. I don't know, Jack. What did you think about my accent earlier? Is it getting there, or
Oh, was that you full on trying?
not full on? But it was pretty close.
I don't know. It's hard because I know what you sound like really well, so I immediately know it's you. But I'm thinking like Spencer might not know your voice as well, so then he would get fooled by it.
I think I'm thinking maybe we shouldn't do Spencer first. That's part of the reason why I was looking up RTA. Is I'm thinking we should have some guinea pigs before I actually go after Moby Dick or whatever.
Perfect analogy. That's amazing.
Because, oh yeah, we called you that night where we were prank calling people as Australian, right?
Oh, was it the night? I can't remember that, but I instantly knew it was Ian. But I know his voice too, though.
Yeah. So we thought like, all right, like, because Spencer's just been being really crazy lately, so he deserves for somebody, an Australian music blogger, to give him a telephone interview.
No, I don't remember what you guys even said to me that night.
Yeah, I can maybe do a Powers Jefferson real quick. Good day, mate. This is Powers Jefferson here. Just want to let you know that the stages in America are being built a little bit stronger lately because of the obesity epidemic.
I think as long as you don't know your voice, I think it would come through pretty good. But it is hard to tell.
It's definitely too articulated. Like, I can't be as lazy as them quite yet.
Yeah.
But
It's like I can imagine it in my head, but when you try to make your mouth do it, it's really hard.
I'm trying to I'm being like the crocodile hunter at full speed, and I need to be like a drunk crocodile hunter at full speed or something. I don't know.
Oh, mate, shut
You
your
can
mouth.
understand me right now, or are you just gonna listen to my music and I smokes and probably just listen to some tunes? And what are you doing out there tonight, mate? Are you gonna actually play some music, or are you just gonna poodle your dick around, mate?
Just say mate enough times and it's Australian.
Yeah, bloody hell, mate, yeah.
Oi,
Frankie.
knockbacks and loggers. I can't do it.
I can't do accents for shit, or I'd love to.
There's also like that nasally Australian.
all right. It's going up here. It's coming out of my nose, baked.
Oh god. I feel like there's a stingray just waiting around the corner to get you now.
Yeah. I saw a shadow, mate. Don't worry. I got it.
Yes.
We got spiders in my toilet.
It's split it. Sometimes the thing about Australian is so close to British, I end up just doing some like half-ass like fucking street bum fucking accent, just some fucking drunk street gangster or something. I don't know what happened. Like
Maybe just watch a bunch of Australians. Try to copy some Australian, just listen to it like while you sleep.
I'm waiting for his mic to go. Like it's
I know
starting, but it's
how to
it
spell
recovered.
so I don't know.
Who knows? Crikey, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's LabTech AM22 sounding?
It was like failing, and now it's back again. Like it was just starting to, and then it's keeping us on our toes. I'll give it that.
There's something fucked about these things, you know? They're all plugged in the same way.
Lab tech, keep things exciting. Uh,
Actually, mic was used for every single Dynasty recording up until 2004.
it was used to what record?
LabTech AM22 was used for every recording that Dinosaur Jr. did. 2004.
Who the fuck is Dinosaur Jr.?
Dude, they're the best band ever.
They sound amazing.
Mike, I think you would like Dinosaur Jr.
I'll have to Google them later. Or
Hey.
YouTube 'em.
Mumbling.
Well, I'm gonna go to it's gonna be like some like Barney like.
No, don't do it. Like, what do you, somebody who can hit high notes and articulate, or somebody who sings within the 3-note range and mumbles?
Well, I like love punk music, so mumbling all the way.
And the LabTech AM22 recordings they did or not.
Like totally mumbling all the way. So on a lab tech, that'd be awesome.
Do you really think that'd be better than somebody who could like really actually sing, or?
I like have a passion for like the grunge and the punk life though.
From the
I think we might have your new favorite band.
heard it here, you heard it first, folks. Is lo-fi. What's in? What's in is Dinosaur Jr. Follow your dreams, folks.
Follow your dreams. Does he record in his garage? Because that'd be even cooler.
He records in his basement
He
Oh.
records.
garage. So
His basement is Dave Grohl's garage. So,
exactly a finished basement. There's nails hanging out of basically every point in the ceiling, but.
The only thing that's better than recording in your garage is like the back of your like beater van.
yeah.
So I mean, he's pretty close to the glass ceiling.
Amplify over the noise of the diesel generator.
It's true. If it's a good one, it's diesel, and you have to yell extra loud to sing. Makes it even better.
That's why it only sounds like mumbling. He's really yelling.
I want to be on Ian's level. Why don't I have any beer?
Am I on a level? Do I seem like I'm leveling?
Well, you don't see Jesus yet, do you?
No, I'm not even near Jesus yet.
See, I want to see Jesus. To be fair.
What are you doing this weekend, Mike?
I don't think. Let's see. I'm unemployed. I'm not doing anything.
We could go see Jesus.
I totally want to see Jesus, but I'm also hella broke. So I have 70. No, not 75. That'd be a little much. I have 25 cents to last me the rest of the month. Pretty sweet.
Gonna pass around that collection plate. Just tell people you want to see Jesus.
There we go. What do you think Jesus looks like nowadays? Like, is he like? Do you think he's a hipster now? Like, wears glasses and like short hair?
I don't know. Me and Ian were talking earlier, and we think Jesus looks exactly like Nate.
Damn it, you're right.
He's like fat and wears Broncos shirts all the time.
He's a Broncos fan. Yes, I totally see it now. I was thinking Jesus would be all cool, but no, he wouldn't be. He's Jesus. He's all preachy and annoying. Makes sense. He's just like Nate. The actor. Jesus, the prophet.
The carpenter.
The carpenter. Yes.
Is that all you know him for?
Know about him?
Do you know like, about his miracles, man?
A big fucking deal.
Oh God.
I have a personal question for you.
All right. Yes, they're shaved.
First off, I have a non-personal question.
All right.
It's like I'm in a hurricane.
No, it doesn't sound like you're in a hurricane.
This microphone again.
No, you're fine. No, you sound fine.
Okay, good to know. Second question is for you. The other day ago, you were telling me and an anonymous friend of ours that your dad, I mean an anonymous person, totally broke. Had no money.
Wait, I was laughing here. What did you say?
A lot of money. When you were worried about maybe some kind of like shenanigans happening,
Oh yeah.
ever find out how that money was obtained?
Nope. Pretty much never will really. But actually, wait. I thought I told you. Maybe not. I think I may have forgotten that whole chunk of story. No. We'll say anonymous sold a whole bunch of cocaine.
He did?
Yeah.
No way.
Well, that's the story, but who knows if it's true? But like you can always tell when he's lying. So like, 'cause he's always like got a bunch of fillers. Like he'll tell a story, be like, so I went down to the store and I bought some coke. Like so he always like says things like that. So when he told me, he's like, yeah, I was really stressed last month and I ended up having to flip some cocaine. I'm just like, there was no us in that story. That was like legit.
Oh no.
Right. Yeah. So
Wow.
it sounded like he didn't want to continue doing that. It was like a one-time thing that he had to do. Though I'm doubting he actually had to, but I'm sure the money was hard to say no to. But I don't expect it to become a regular thing. But I also it's like a 50-50 if it's like the last time that'll ever happen. So
Right.
who knows?
What are the chances that he was being completely honest when it was $10,000? Like, is that a realistic figure, or could that be exaggerated?
I think he told me it was something like he made 10,000 that week. So there's probably a good chunk of it was due to weed. Probably a good chunk of it was due to small business, and probably like a third of it, or maybe half of it, was due to cocaine. It all depends. I also though think that he said something along the lines of like something about like, yeah, like I was afraid to carry that much on me, but at the same time, like you get busted with you get busted with a couple specks of it. It's the same as getting busted with a bunch of it. So might as well just move a bunch at once because it's the same risk, So I think he said something like it may have been a lot. I'm gonna try. I'll try and recrack this story open, but for once he's actually like that's another thing that makes it sound kind of legitimate is he he's usually just like bragging about it, like, yeah, I sold some weed to this guy, I sold a quarter pound to this guy, and all that. But this one, he's just kind of doesn't really elaborate on it, and he almost seems a little bit like nervous and almost a little bit embarrassed, which adds more belief to the story, but it also makes it a little hard to get the actual story out.
Hmm.
But I do definitely believe it. Like, I don't know. Like you have a weird sixth sense for know when someone's lying and it wasn't going off.
Gee.
And you didn't keep any from me.
Oh, Mike, you and your coke habit.
uh, I was offered cocaine by some guy. I ended up at some party in Portland, and I was already like tired and just wanted to leave. And but there's a bunch of hot chicks there, so I like followed. I was like, okay, I'll go to the party for a little bit. And so I was just wanting to leave, and I started talking to this one, like some random dude was like talking to me, and he said something about like he's like, yeah, I got tons of stuff. If you ever need anything, like you need some weed or like if you know anyone, like or if you want some coke, man, like I got some on me right now. I'm like, uh, I'm broke right now. And then like a couple minutes later, like I think I'm just gonna go. Like it's not so bad. Like if someone offered me coke, I'd be like, no big deal. But coming from a complete random stranger I literally met like 10 minutes ago, that was a little bit like, okay, I'm gonna get out of here. And I really like
Probably
this
real.
crowd. Yeah.
A real
Dude.
trustworthy guy.
Dude. That brings me to maybe a concluding story.
Perfect.
Alright. This is maybe a sequence of stories, but it's worth it. And it
Exactly.
falls along this line. So probably like I'm maybe 20 years old. I'm hanging out with somebody who's like 19, and we decide to go to, I think it's just some trash place like Pioneer Park or something, and just smoke cigarettes and just waste some time.
Mm.
And some guy is just like standing on the little covered bridge with some other jabroni, and the guy who I was with was just striking up conversations with anybody around him. So he starts talking to these guys, and before you know it, 3 minutes later, we only know each other's first names. And this guy's giving my buddy his phone number so he can contact him later on to get acid from him.
I like the old
You
statement.
hear all these stories about Pioneer Park when you're a kid. You're like, oh, people who do drugs go there, and it's just like, ah, I see. Yes, they do. Well, anyway, so like I don't really have anything to do with it because it's just kind of all bullshit sounding to me. Like this guy's just kind of talking up some stuff that he can't back up. So I just leave it alone. And but my buddy, he pursues it, and like the first time they solicited him to try and get some acid from him, they ended up like spending like 3 hours trying to get a hold of the guy. Like after the first time they contacted him, he said, "Yeah, I've got it. I'll meet you guys as soon as possible." Like apparently they were just like hitting him up constantly after that.
Yeah.
And like they eventually met him at the skate park in Almsville, and this guy just like had eye drops of it, and he just dropped it into like these three guys' eyes, and they're just like, okay,
Jesus.
go. And so like I'm like, all right, so that's pretty fucking sketch and pretty fucked up, dude.
Right.
Like, what did you get yourself into? It doesn't end there. These three guys, just continue to contact this fucking sketch dude that I've met at Pioneer Park, and they're just like, okay, so we ended up going to this really crazy party. It was at the top of the Commerce Building in downtown Salem, which is like one of the tallest buildings,
Mm.
Salem, where they don't allow buildings at a certain height. But anyway, random facts unrelated. We're like, he's telling me, like they went to the security guard who was guarding the place, and the security guard let him in, and they went to the top floor where there was like a strobe party, and there's like a couple older dudes, a couple girls, these three guys who were just there just solely to try and buy some acid from this guy that we met. And
Jeez.
like they're sitting there waiting for this guy to like talk to them, and like waiting for an opportunity to ask this guy to buy acid from him. In the meantime, these business dudes are just like fucking snorting ecstasy and cocaine at the same time, and called it like some kind of like dragon age or something. I don't know. It was some alien dust or something, space dust or something like. And they were like, yeah, well, we just kind of did that too. I'm like, well, what? Just went there for acid, on cocaine and ecstasy, and it's like no big deal.
Right.
But anyway, So they ended up getting some like acid tabs or something from this guy, and they tripped balls, man. It was just like, you guys, come on, like,
Mm.
what the fuck? Like, you meet these like sketch characters, and they're just like talking themselves up, like, we live the high life, we got all this cocaine, we got all this, we got the hookups, and it's just like, yeah, you pretty much just take the scum of the strip clubs and take them to the highest building you can, and
Getting really fucking high.
like, I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Like, so many people are just like buying into it. It's
Well, like, people are crazy like that. Like the drug world, like it is no big deal to them. Like I remember telling when I was dating that meth head chick, like I was like all about like, okay, fine, I'm gonna experiment with this whole like not judge and let people do what they want, and so like no big deal. Like I'll like she wants to do meth, like okay, yeah, that's this is pushing my bounds. This is definitely new, but like sure I'll go for it. But like I like definitely told her like I'm not doing anything crazy. Like I'm not even gonna do shrooms or anything. Like weed is the most I'll go kind of thing, and not that I mean like weed and alcohol are to me on the same level, but I'm not gonna go anywhere past that. And so I like made it clear that I'm not gonna do anything like even mediacore, let alone hardcore like meth. And like one time after like we were banging or whatever, like she's like, do you want to like smoke some meth and do it? So next time I'm just like, I thought I kind of made this clear that I'm not gonna smoke meth, but I guess not. Like that's like Mike doesn't do anything. Apparently, like maybe she's asking for us to do some math. Like no, it's just not a big deal to them apparently. But they're crazy, man.
It's America.
America, it's true.
America, and I think that's a good conclusion for our podcast. Talk about America and American things like drugs and money.
I need to go out and shoot my guns and ride my 4-wheeler anyways.
It's true.
Guns. Did you know? I think maybe the only time I've ever shot a gun was with you.
Really?
I think maybe we shot a 22 one time. That's the biggest gun I've ever shot. It's the only time I ever shot a gun.
It's been a while since I've shot, but
Yeah.
I know what the biggest thing I shot is. Definitely a shotgun, but like barrel-wise, I have no idea.
Yeah. I get made fun of all the time because we live in Oregon,
Yeah, or gun.
and like animals, except for they love them to the point where they kill them, and I just don't do it. None of my family does, and so
Yeah,
like I eat jerky.
exactly.
So
Well, so I'm like, it's like I'm like so cross between like hardcore redneck and then like city life. Like it's just like I have no problem with like hunting and guns. It's not my thing. I don't take any pride in like driving. Like I was raging trying to watch Game of Thrones the other night, and I'm sitting in Sublimity. I can't even fucking hear half my show because every little fucker down that lives in Sublimity has to drive the biggest goddamn noisiest truck they can possibly buy with money because they have to be seen. Like the worst part is like, I want to like say to them like, no one cares. Congratulations, you have a big truck that you don't use it as a tool. You're paying a ridiculous amount in gas. It doesn't like no one cares, but sadly all the women around here do care. So it's like, who's to blame? Do you blame the guys for being ridiculous, or do you blame the girls for egging them on? Like, I don't know, but fuck, man.
cooperative.
It's just the whole like circle jerk of retards up here.
Fucking all the time.
I see that. I mean, like I'm redneck myself. Like deep down, I went to my dad's house last week to like grab something from his house, and there was an air compressor and a can of gas on his roof. Like literally just on his roof. I have no idea what he was doing up there, but it's like, I mean, like that's fine. It's like I'm not really like I don't really care. I'm part redneck too, but like just don't do something completely stupid like have a big truck if you need it. But if you don't need it, like if you drive to Salem to go flip burgers, you don't need a truck. Stop driving a big truck. Go get a tiny like hatch or something. Come on.
Never.
Never. They would rather die than like not that they're gonna go out and buy a brand new car, but they would rather die than like have a Prius given them to them for free.
Oh yeah.
They'd rather die. They're like, we're not driving none of those Obama mobiles.
Yeah, Obama bought my car.
Yeah. See, that's your. They would hate you, Ian. They would rather die than drive your Obama mobile.
Clunkers.
What's that?
Dash for clunkers, man. I think he straight paid for me that. Some
No.
guy got this one before it went to China and fucking picked it up and sold it to me for a premium.
Some redneck right now is like sitting around a campfire drinking a Bud Light, and he just got a chill up his back. He's like, something terrible just got said.
Put another
Alright.
log on the bonfire.
I believe this has been Super Effective Podcast episode number something, and the Tales of the Emerald Devil, although mostly concluded tonight, may or may not resurface depending on our fan appreciation towards the subject.
Or the level of rage that the devil gives off.
Mostly Mike is unemployed right now and will soon come to some kind of boredom that elicits antagonizing of the Emerald Devil himself. So
My hope for the memes is big, so hopefully
might bring an episode of next week, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now.
whenever.
This is out, it's going to be a new episode ready to be talked about. So
That's true. It should jump up relatively quickly or never at all. So
you know what? In this conclusion, can I add that maybe this can be both the beginning and the end of the Tales of the Wild Wild?
true.
Maybe I'll.
Oh, your microphone's like totally cutting out.
Probably my internet.
All right.
All right. This has been Super Effective Podcast. Jack, what do you have to say?
It's been super effective.
Mike.
Mostly just boner.
All right. I'm going to conclude with square root of a negative boner is an imaginary boner.
Peace. Alright, guys. I am gonna go get some food.